Right.
Hi, Audrey. Welcome back to the Stephen Shiels Radio Show. Happy New Year for
Hi.
2022. It's nice to see you looking well as well. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. Thanks for having me back.
And what's been happening with you? I noticed on Instagram you finished your tour as well. How was
Yeah.
that?
Oh, that was so fun. I mean, that's definitely the most exciting update since I talked to you last was finishing the tour opening for Madison Beer over the fall, which was awesome. It was 27 cities in 42 days and all across the US and Canada and it was just such a blast. So much fun.
No, it's good to see you. And so what else is happening with you?
Yeah, so now really working on new music. I've been doing a lot of sessions ever since tour ended and have a bunch of new songs. We've been sort of just in the music exploration phase, just writing a lot. And I have a whole bunch of new songs actually that I'm very excited about. And now it's just we're figuring out when to release which ones. And I think we have a pretty good idea of what the next single is going to be. It'll be coming
Mhm.
soon. But I've got a whole bunch that are like pretty much done actually that are lined up, ready to come out soon as we get a plan together.
No, that's awesome that you're going to do that as well. You're doing very amazing things with your life as well, Audrey.
Thank you. Yeah,
And
I'm
yeah, so what do you got planned for the rest of this year?
So yeah, got a bunch of new songs coming and then in talks with some other tours, so stay tuned on that.
Mhm.
And then really also trying to focus on the TikTok and social media stuff. That's kind of the new thing that is blowing up in the industry these days is the TikTok game and I'm really new to it, but I know it's important. So that's been another focus of mine is just learning how to do TikTok. I had a lot of fun doing. I did a tour vlog TikTok thing, so I actually went and after tour ended, made a vlog on TikTok of each day of tour, including the travel days, which was really fun for me to relive the tour. But I also think hopefully it's interesting for people to see what it really looks like because besides just the shows, the travel and logistics is I think really interesting if you haven't been on a tour before to see what is it like. Do you drive? Do you drive all night? Do you drive the next morning? Like how is it all scheduled? Because that's a whole nother element that makes touring so interesting and so different than just playing a single show.
Mm, mm. Yeah, it's nice to tour as much as you can these days.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's great that the life is coming back after an entire year and a half of nothing from
Mm.
COVID. Yeah.
And what about in your life? What else have you been doing yourself?
Ooh, good question. Been trying to get outside a lot now that it's, I am in Nevada and California and it's seems like spring has come back, which is nice. I'm not a big fan of the winter. So now that it's beautiful sunny weather again, just getting outside, hitting some golf balls. I've played some tennis as well. I'm not a really tennis player, but just getting out, and trying to get some fresh air and skiing. It's still ski season. Um, so have been getting out a lot. I live in Tahoe, which is really close to the ski resorts. So getting up, but it feels like spring skiing already. It's warm. It's really
Mm,
nice.
mm. Yeah, it's been summer in Australia. It's been quite hot and humid as well. I went hiking a couple of weeks ago. I did 18 kilometers.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
accidentally got lost. Uh,
Wow.
luckily, I got home as well. So that's been my new little hobby. But I like hiking in the
Yeah.
autumn or winter time.
Yeah. Hiking's great. Anything I've done a few hikes as well recently. It's just great. It's just good to get outside. I also, after a winter. I mean, not that winter here in like California, Nevada is that bad compared to some places, but it's still winter. The days are short, whatever. So it's really nice when it starts getting to be warmer weather again and longer days. There's just more, more to do getting out and everything.
Mm. And yeah, I noticed Instagram. You're quite busy on Instagram as well.
Mhm.
I'm not as active on Instagram. I've been trying these little comic series that I've been doing, just trying out some new stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Instagram's always fun. Again, I have so much content from tour. I feel like I could just that'll last me a year. I don't even need to do any new photo shoots or anything. I just post tour content for the next year and everyone will be happy, make my job easy.
Mhm. Yeah, it's good that you're marketing yourself as well.
Yeah, no, it's been fun. And yeah, the tour was just a really, saw I like got to like see some really great reactions from. It's fun to because these were songs that I hadn't ever performed live yet because that they were all written during COVID. So this was the sort of first time putting them out there into a live audience, and I was really pleased that people responded so well to
Mhm.
them. It's very exciting.
No, that's good that you got some good reviews out of your tour as well. And hopefully one day you can come to Australia as soon
I'd
as all
love.
this stuff ends with the Prime Minister and Novak Djokovic got deported.
Oh wow,
Hmm.
I haven't
From
been
the
following.
tennis player.
Yeah, no, I've heard of Djokovic. Wow, that's crazy though. Jeez, amazing.
But yeah, that was crazy stuff over Christmas.
Wow,
You know,
imported from Australia. Is he He's Australian?
no, he didn't want to get vaccinated, and he tried to fight the Supreme Court, and they deported him. He couldn't play the Australian Open.
Wow, where was I? I missed that. Oh my god, that's crazy.
So that's what happened in Australia.
Yeah, gosh. Well, yeah, it does. It's interesting to see all that's coming from the world. There's interesting things going on. Like hopefully there won't be World War III coming.
Mm. And this situation with Ukraine and Vladimir Putin is getting complicated.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. I
Mm.
don't know too much, I don't know too much about it, but I try to stay up on reading the news and everything. It's yeah, TBD. We'll see what happens there. My
Mm.
God.
And how's golf going for you?
Good. I was hitting the range a lot in the lead up to tour, and then didn't play at all. Like hadn't touched my clubs up until last week since tour ended. I just have been so
Mhm.
swamped. But it was great to get outside. I mean, I just hit some balls in the range. I didn't get on the course, but now I'm like, okay, I gotta start playing consistently again. Especially now that it's, as I said, it's nice weather and everything. So I'll be getting back on the course more regularly now, I think.
Mhm. And what's your dream golf course to play at, Audrey?
I've played my dream course. I played St Andrews, the old course in Scotland. That was the dream,
Wow.
the best course. It's the most famous course, but it really truly was the best course I've ever played.
That's
Yeah.
expensive to be a member there, isn't it?
I'm not a member, so I don't know. But I
Mm.
this was a few years ago. I went on a Scotland trip and just played a lot of places. I mean, playing on the Stanford golf team, you get to play cool courses as well, which
Mhm.
is nice. So I've played a lot of great, and the Stanford golf course, which is obviously was our home course, is incredible as well. That one was a real treat to play at. You know what? I've never actually played though is Pebble Beach, which is kind of crazy.
Mm.
I grew up, an hour and a half from there, so I don't know why I've never played it. It's kind of weird. I need to. That's
Mm.
on the list of places I haven't played and just need to. Yeah. I played
Yeah,
I played in Australia a number of years ago when I visited actually.
yeah. When I used to play the Tiger Woods games on EA Sports, I would always play Pebble Beach as much as I could.
Oh, cool.
I
Yeah,
used to
I've
get,
been to Pebble Beach. I just haven't played it. Yeah.
but no, golf is could be a weird business because I've been, golfers tend to sack their caddies quite a fair bit, which I don't understand. What's the caddy's job?
Yeah, I don't understand that either because once you get like trust with a caddy, it's not just about carrying the bag. It's about knowing your swing and knowing what clubs are going to work well for you where and everything. So yeah, that's a great question that I agree with.
No, and I always thought to be a caddy, you just carry clubs.
No, it's so much more. Well, I mean, yeah, and even I remember even in high school, I mean, we didn't for college golf, we had to carry our own bags and all that stuff. And actually in high school golf, you had to carry your own bags as well. But my coach in high school was like essentially my caddy without being my caddy. So he
Mm,
would just he would just like walk the round with me. I had to carry my own stuff, but he just knew my swing really well and knew as the same with our coaches at Stanford too. Like you get coaches that know your swing well so they know what clubs to suggest and what plays to what things to hit and everything.
yeah, I always found Tiger Woods was just made golf entertainment.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, he's incredible. I, have my opinions about him, to be honest, now after all of the bad behavior, which is really a disappointment. But incredible, of course, incredible athlete.
Oh, look, that hit him hard, very financially, Audrey. You know that.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I mean, I remember watching him at Torrey Pines in the U.S. Open, like um, just a handful of months before all of that went crazy. I was
Mm.
down there watching. Yeah.
But lots happened with Joe Rogan now. He's had some episodes taken down from Spotify, like 70 episodes, because he was
All right.
using the N word. This was like 5-6 years ago.
I
In
didn't
con
know that. Huh.
in context to a conversation, Neil Young pulled his songs down from Spotify as well.
Wow, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, the whole cancel culture thing's going around.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, yeah, perhaps taken too far. Not to get political, but
Ah, it's all good.
you know, yeah, it's an interesting direction that the world is headed in.
Mm. No, I thought I'd give you an update on Spotify because
Yeah,
there's stuff I'm not happy with Spotify at the moment.
yeah, yeah. It's all interesting. Well, and it's interesting seeing like Kanye West, who's going to release his next album, not even on Spotify, but on a different platform. I don't remember what it's called, but that's also an interesting,
Mm.
interesting
He
direction.
wants to tour Australia, Audrey, but he doesn't want to get vaccinated. And Prime Minister Scott Morrison says you've got to get vaccinated to tour.
Oh, is that right? I mean, for our tour, everybody had to be vaccinated, performers, staff, whatever, but also for all of the venues, you had to
God.
either show proof of vaccine or negative COVID test. And I think everybody in the audience had to wear masks.
Mm.
For all of it, which was interesting because it was a Live Nation tour. It was for all of the venues, not just for specific spots, but for even, surprisingly, even for like Florida and Texas and places like that. Um, yeah, I mean, honestly, none of us got COVID. A couple people on Madison's team got COVID at the very end,
Mm.
um, and then obviously, left the tour to not infect other people. But people stayed really healthy, which I think we got very lucky because our tour was right in the pocket of kind of end of Delta right before Omicron hit. So we really kind of like squeezed in there in a little sweet spot. So no COVID for the performers. Thank goodness. We all stayed healthy.
Yeah, you couldn't even get a COVID test over Christmas in Australia. It was like a 2-hour lineup. You couldn't even get a rapid antigen test.
Wow.
People, yeah, people were just scalping them. I was serious.
Jeez. That's
Yeah,
wild.
I
Here it's
took.
pretty easy too, actually.
Yeah, I got my free rapid antigen test. I took my first one. I was negative.
Mhm. Yeah, I've never gotten COVID this whole time.
Mhm. And no, that's good that you're able to tour again. The podcast is growing slowly as well, slowly. It'll get there one day.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. No, it's great that tours are happening because it was, so many industries were hit really hard, but for sure we were all hit very hard by
Hmm.
COVID. So not a fun time. So it's good that things are happening again. I mean, I do see some people are pushing their tours are postponing them again though. So,
Mm,
Justin Bieber I think just tested positive on like the first night of his tour. So that's unfortunate.
mm.
Yeah.
Well, what about the situation with Avril Lavigne recording her old songs?
Was Avril doing that? I didn't even know that.
I
I
think
know
she
Taylor.
is. That's something wrong. Dispute with the record company brought back her old songs, which I think is a good idea to re-record it and make it sound better.
I actually hadn't heard of that from Avril. That's interesting. I know that. I mean, obviously Taylor Swift is doing that.
Was it
Album.
Taylor Swift or Avril Lavigne? I just got up, Audrey.
Taylor Swift is re-recording all of it. I don't know if Avril is. I hadn't heard that she was, but Taylor Swift has been re-releasing all of her old
Oh,
records because of a whole situation, I guess, with
gotcha.
yeah, with the label, the former label, I suppose. Yeah.
Hmm.
So.
Yeah. So hopefully this issue with Kanye West settles down and he can tour
Mhm.
one day.
Yeah, I didn't realize that he hadn't gotten the vaccine. That's interesting.
Mm,
Hmm.
you know.
It's
But
interesting. LA, you have to like you have to be vaccinated to go anywhere actually, like to go in restaurants and all that stuff. So it's kind of interesting.
Mm. But yeah, no, it's always good to hear from you, and I'm glad that you're happy and safe and healthy.
Thank you. Yeah, it's always fun chatting.
Hmm. And what do you got planned for the next week or couple of months coming up?
Yeah, this week is fairly packed. This day is just fairly over the top packed. It's kind of just meeting after meeting, sessions on Zoom, like
God.
it's all like everything's like booked solid, which is good though. I like being busy, but lots of new music, and yeah, I mean the kind of the current thing is getting ready for the next release and filming a music video very soon as well for this new release. So I can't share too much more about that, but
Hmm.
new music is coming, and as I said, I've been working on a lot of new songs, and yeah, I've got a bunch of new music that's like ready to go, and we're just figuring out if we want, which ones to do videos for and what the sort of release and rollout and all of that is. So that's
Hmm.
kind of a big focus for us right now. Yeah.
Awesome. Audrey, thanks for coming on the show today.
Having me.
You're welcome.